Hello and welcome to the Gamerspective. I can't even speak. That sounds like a whole iPad. The Gamerspective podcast. This is number 7, and today we have, as usual, a few topics to discuss. And we're going to start off with, as normal, what we've been playing this month and what we've purchased this month. We've got no new in here today, so no introductions are needed. But as usual, hosted by me, Tony Scott. And also we have the rest of the team sitting in there ready and waiting to talk and talk and talk. So we'll get started. And Marcus,
hello
and welcome to the Gamerspective.
Has got the YouTube open.
Has someone done it again?
Oh God, we are so professional in this. Like,
So for once, it wasn't me. Wow, I am amazed.
Who's going to take the blame on this one?
can we just get on with it?
Maybe me on this one.
I would.
Marcus, go ahead.
Honestly, so how's it going? So basically, all I've been doing this month, last month, the month before that, and the month before that, has been playing Final Fantasy 14. I am hooked on that game. I've just finished the title update 2.3 and just working on grinding stuff away. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I haven't really bought anything. I've just bought my subscription to Final Fantasy 14 because you only get 60 days for £20. Well, £20 for 60 days. It's quite expensive, to be fair.
You're stealing my lines here.
Well, I got £70 for 60 days, so I don't know where you're buying your game card from.
I am buying it from Game, but obviously, well, rounding up, it's £20, Amy. I don't want to say it's £18 or something. It's £20.
17.
Anyway,
Every 2 months, £20.
yeah, pretty much.
And that lets you play the game.
Yeah.
Did you have to buy the game?
No, for a reason.
No, I've had the game since last year when I went. Was on PS3.
Alright. Was it free on the PS3?
No, I had to pay £60 for the collector's edition.
And then you have to pay per month?
Yeah.
The game actually costs like $3.99 from Amazon now.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
So it's kind of gutting because I did the same thing and bought the collector's edition.
Well, to be fair, we could actually upgrade from PS3 to PS4 for free, so I wasn't really going to moan about that, for starters.
Anyway, who's next?
You want to go next on what they've been playing?
Well, I'll just preempt it by saying I've had the exact same month.
Yeah, we have.
Having just graduated from uni and not having a job and being uber poor, the only thing I've actually bought is another 30-day subscription to Final Fantasy 14. And I've been playing it non-stop since I actually finished uni, so that's my month in a nutshell.
It's so addictive, that game. It's just insane.
It really is.
I could happily stand still for 40 hours just doing nothing, but it's still fun.
That is. I knew Final Fantasy would come into a podcast again somewhere.
Always podcast. You should be ready for it, Tony.
I just get used to it because it happens every time. However, luckily I avoided this issue because not enough retweets on my tweets.
Oh, there's still time.
There's still time. It's not going to happen.
No.
I'll make it happen.
Oh, my Lex will make it happen.
One day I'm sure it'll happen, and I will play a Final Fantasy game. However, my month, since mine hasn't involved Final Fantasy, I've bought 2 indie games. I've bought Spin Tires.
Oh, I've seen that.
Which is pretty well.
It's terrible. It looks fun, but it's terrible if you're not playing it with a group of people.
I think the problem with it is it's fun, but it's more about the journey to get to. There's not much to do apart from a journey to get there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of grinding to do. So I bought that, and today I've just bought one called Factorio. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which is, if you imagine Minecraft from a top perspective, however, it's about automating your processes. So you do have to mine, you do have to get materials and make stuff, but it's about automating it. So you put conveyor belts in, you set stuff away to mine, you can get hands that pick up your stuff and put them in furnaces for you. So it's not all this going backwards and forwards.
What the hell is the attraction to simulators, Tony? I'd really love to know.
Are you enjoying my 7 weeks of simulator?
I'm enjoying it, but I don't see why you're drawn to them. I'm enjoying seeing you suffer.
They're just horrible games. However, the whole bundle cost me £3, and for that I got about 5 or 6 simulators.
That's not too bad, I suppose, for your money.
Exactly. So I thought, well, worst case, even if I get some videos and enjoyment out of them, at least I've got some enjoyment out. So I guess I did buy them this month as well. But looking through the month release schedules, actually not much coming out this month.
Yeah, speaking
So
of content, everyone should watch our videos. We're on fire right now.
There's videos going up right, left, and centre at the moment.
Yeah, I like it. It's
Yeah.
great.
There'll be another one tomorrow, I think, going up. And I've been playing Planet Explorers as well, which is a PC game. Strange enough, where you explore a planet. But yeah, it's a bit like Minecraft. You can mine and stuff like that. So mainly just survival-y sort of games at the moment. That's what I've been wasting my money on.
Well, buying games, I wouldn't say that's wasting money.
It's not wasting money. It's I should be saving though. And it looks like Carly's just about to join us as well.
Yeah, I see. I noticed.
I know.
Sort of roundabout starting without her.
I was trying to enjoy just having the company of you boys, and I have to. I have to show you all now.
No, you have to be overshadowed.
That's just
There's Carly. Hello, Carly.
Hi, Carly.
Ali pulls the Joe.
Whoa. Bearing in mind, Carly, we're live at the moment, so since we're live. However, since you just jumped in, and to surprise you, what have you been playing this month?
That's just rude. You started without me.
Yeah, you'd say something like that. Someone owes me money.
The show has to go on, I'm afraid, even if you do jump in late.
How long have you been live?
About 45 minutes now.
Yeah, we're nearly finished. We're wrapping up now, Carly. Yeah.
Seriously? Be honest.
Oh,
Be honest.
We're such awesome.
Disappointment in this voice there. Oh, we're not. We've just started about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're just doing the introductions and stuff, Carly, so don't worry.
If Carly wants to give herself a minute or two, I'll say what I've been playing.
Yes, Amy, what have you been playing?
Oh God, I've been playing so much this month. It's really weird because I probably stick to one game, but I've been playing several. I recently finished The Wolf Among Us, which obviously you can check our podcast out for that, though spoilers. I've been playing The Walking Dead. I've been playing it for Vita and PS3. I love that game so much. Yes, I bought it twice. I've been playing Skyrim, as you do. I've been playing 14 with these lot a few times.
You haven't been on it once.
And I've been playing so much GTA Online, like it's insane. I've been playing a lot with Carly and Joe and Marcus just today. Yeah.
Yes, you bitch, you killed me when I was AFK.
Oh, come on. We knew it was going to
I warned you that would happen. I warned all of you. If you leave, she will kill you over and over again.
I was standing still. She just murdered us in cold blood and then he shit himself.
How is that surprising, Marcus? You've known Amy for years. This is completely normal behavior from her.
Yeah, to be fair.
Very friendly.
But it has been fun. It's been fun playing that. I'm really glad I've got back into that. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun, and I've been recording a lot of stuff. And speaking of which, me and Joe did a session the other night, and we will be uploading it pretty much between today and tomorrow. So I hope you all enjoy that when you see it. It was fun.
Yeah, the GTA Online, I was a bit disappointed that I got rid of my Xbox when it just about started.
Right now.
But I think I will, when I get the new one, I will come and join you on when I get my PlayStation 4. Because I do miss it. It looks like
the PS4 at least might actually convince me to play GTA 5.
Have you got PS4?
Very nice.
Yeah, I've got PS4.
I get mine in a month and 8 days.
I was going to say, it's about
yeah, you get it when Destiny comes out, don't you?
Yes, I'm getting the white one with Destiny.
Very nice.
Destiny together, yay!
Yay, we can play Destiny, which is a topic later on. I'm sure I'm probably going to be the only person.
Yeah, I'm not the only person to talk about it. There's a few people.
Yeah, I played Destiny as well.
We can discuss. Has everyone played it?
Most
Yes.
have. Yeah.
Good. Carly, you ready to talk about what you've been playing this month?
Oh, I thought I was gonna get skipped because that's just what you always do when you're hosting.
I did say I did butt in and say we'll give her a minute or two to gather herself. So go ahead.
Well, like Cammy, I've been playing a few things. I started actually playing The Wolf Among Us. I recorded episode 1 like 10 times. Every single time something would go wrong. Like the recording would not work. The game would glitch, and the game fucking glitches a lot. I lost the last one I did got lost. It didn't work as I sent it to Amy. It didn't work at all, so I had to record a new one. Hopefully that will work. Or else I'm gonna go mad because I've done this like 20 times. I love the game, but repeating over and over the first episode.
Play it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's amazing, but I'm just about done with playing episode 1. I can't do it anymore. I played Destiny beta, which we're gonna talk about that soon. I had a lot of fun with that. Amy and Joe forced me to play GTA Online with them.
Did we control you? No, I think you believe you voluntarily joined us, Carly.
That's Soda voluntarily.
Forced is a strong word. However, did you enjoy it?
She did not kill me.
Good. That makes
because I know the kind of person she is. So there was one time I thought she was gonna kill me. So Joe and her started shooting at each other, and I came out of nowhere and just like drove my car on her. She was pissed.
Yeah, I was pissed.
You started fighting you, Joe, because he took the motorcycle you had, and apparently you couldn't share it. But we had a lot of fun with GTA Online. We recorded all the stuff, a lot of hilarious things.
I can't wait to share. I can't wait to see it all. It'll be funny when we do get it up.
We started jumping, finding new ways to jump on the train, which is it's extremely funny because none of them work.
Oh god, the train. Oh,
well, I look forward to seeing that.
We did parachuting missions, and there's one in particular where I landed first, landed okay, and Joe was winning, and he didn't land instantly. He wanted to get that bullseye.
Connie.
But he's just going around. What?
Spoilers.
What is spoilers?
The video's not up yet. You're telling people half the story.
It's not a story. It's multiplayer. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not spoiling anything at all. It's only multiplayer.
He's doing it on purpose.
I think you meant spoilers as in to watch the video.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so something hilarious happened before Joe landed.
There we go.
Something very hilarious. It's really fun. It helps that we're doing closed sessions, so we don't have to be in a session with a bunch of people that will only be trying to kill you when you're trying to do something else. Aside from Amy. Since it's Amy, well, we let it happen because it's Amy. When it's people you don't know, it's not funny, especially when they're talking and you don't understand what they're saying. It gets annoying really quickly.
Yeah, that's what put me off playing the online. GTA was just the idiots that inherited the online mode. You try and have a bit of fun, and then someone would come along and kill you again.
So that's why if you're doing it with friends, it's better to do closed sessions. So it's just you and your friends, and you can do whatever you want. You go to missions and that stuff, and you don't have to be killed every 5 seconds by some idiot.
Even sometimes I'm just like, I'm going in an invite-only session, and even if I can't invite people because they're not on, I'll play the game on my own because I just hate people that just come along and kill you for the fun of it. It is really annoying. Especially, especially when you're trying to do something or go somewhere or to do a mission or something. It's very, very annoying.
That is the part Michael Black.
You weren't doing anything. You were idle. Shut up.
I still shoot myself. You freaking remote vibrator like a motherfucker.
Whatever. Anyway, Kimball, what have you been playing?
I know I forgot all about you.
He hasn't spoke. There we go.
This past month, I've mostly just, because I've been short on funds, I've mostly just been playing stuff I already owned. So I did go back and start replaying Chrono Trigger, which is such an amazing game.
Ah, brilliant game.
I've never played it.
Oh my god, you totally have to.
I played all the Final Fantasies from 1 all the way through to 14. And I still haven't played Chrono Trigger, which I've heard is like the best RPG ever made.
Yeah, it's pretty close up there. And then you pick up the sequel as well.
Chrono Trigger.
I think I've even played that game.
Joe's played an
And you know how much Tony loves Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
Tony has played Chrono Trigger. What the hell?
Even
I
I'm
think
shocked by that.
How many years is this?
Well, I even put a post on about Final Fantasy the other day. You know, I'm embracing all genres, even Final Fantasy genre. Yeah,
Even.
the word that shall not be spoken.
Oh.
Our site is growing with a lot more Final Fantasy fans, and
Yes, I've noticed.
we're gonna weigh you down. You're gonna have to play it.
We will
them.
rise and we will make you.
I told you I will do a Let's Play video on it one day.
Which one?
Not one where you have to pay extra to play.
No. There are plenty, obviously, that you don't.
There is plenty. I just don't know if I've got to spare 155 hours to do a tutorial on how to play it.
It's not really that
It's not that
difficult to
bad.
figure out.
Which one do you think we should make him play?
10.
9.
10.
9, yes,
7.
9 or 10. I need to say that, Lex.
7, 9, or 12. No 10s, no 8s.
Oh,
Because
well-
he's never gonna want to play them again if he touches 8 or 10.
But 10
Seven, seven
no
is on
13.
Steam.
Okay, here's
No
my
13.
argument. Here's my argument. Tony, you want a PS Vita, don't you?
Yes.
Get 10. Get 10 too. It's on Vita. There you go.
Don't get 10. You will never want to play Final Fantasy again if you play 10.
That's your opinion.
take
Loads of
that
people love
back.
10.
This is a very valid
Yeah, but he's not a Final Fantasy fan, and if you give him one of the more like divisive Final Fantasy games to play, that's not exactly going to help him like Final Fantasy more.
But the thing is, what he hates about Final Fantasy is how, I don't know, slowy kind of it is, less action.
Yes.
9 isn't the game then, because that's the slowest of the lot,
Yeah.
like by
To
far.
be fair, even though I like it, I do agree with you. But in that respect.
How about 8 then?
No.
8 is
No.
pretty much non-stop action.
You know what? Yeah, Kimbo, you've got a good point there. I like it. I like that.
That
Well,
game's
it's
broken.
not bad.
Terrible.
Final Fantasy 8. Look, I'm looking at them on Steam now.
Can I just interrupt you, Cardi? Why am I friends with you?
Oh.
Why are you friends with me? Can I mention all the stuff you love that I love?
Fair play. I love you, Cardi.
I love you too, darling.
Tony, Final Fantasy 7 and 8 are on Steam, but if you're going to install those, the PC versions, install mods first. Just for the
really?
music. Yeah, because it's not really faithful. The kind of base version you get from Steam or the Square Enix store isn't faithful to the original. So you really need to download a patch for the music to make it sound at least like the PlayStation version. And also there's certain things in Final Fantasy 8, like Zell's Limit Break and stuff, requires button input, and it tells you keys in the PC version, and it makes it so much more difficult.
Really?
Like, yeah, like numpad 1 is like the equivalent of square, do you know what I mean? So it's really confusing when you try to do Zell's Limits.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have played one of them. I just can't remember which one it is.
I think we've gone off on quite a large tangent here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We went on a massive Final Fantasy tangent, which I can't imagine anything
We
worse.
always seem to do this.
Okay.
We can't help it. We're passionate. There
I
we
might start bringing the thing in where every time someone mentions Final Fantasy, like a beep goes off, like a swear word beep, or
And then we drink.
then something like that, just to keep us going. Right, that's what everyone's been playing anyway. So I think it was brought up slightly before. The biggest thing this month, possibly, would be the Destiny beta.
Really big, actually. It had. I was reading today. 4.6 million people were
I
playing the
couldn't
beta.
believe that when I heard about that.
That
That was
is
insane.
that is the
That sounds
biggest
right.
beta test of record. I mean, Titanfall last the few months back only had 2 million. So
I guess it's
Destiny
not-
just smashed it.
I guess it's not all that surprising though, because, you know, PS4 has sold so many copies.
Mm-hmm.
So much hype
Um,
for it as well, so that'll help.
The
Yeah.
reason why they hiked it so bright, they got 4.6 million users online though, it's because eventually they did release it public. It was a public beta by the end of last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was actually.
I still disagree with the whole beta term, though. Completely and utterly. Because that game was not a beta, that game was a demo.
Yeah, I played the alpha, and the alpha was like there was nothing wrong with the alpha. The alpha was just as good as the beta.
Thank you, Lex. Yeah, I've been saying that to everyone, and they're all saying it's not an alpha then if there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, well, it's so polished and perfect in the alpha.
Yeah,
There's
there was nothing alpha about that at all, and it was the same with the beta. Like I remember playing the 14 beta back
You
in
can tell they put
September,
them
and
into
you
it.
could tell there was so many bugs. You know, that's to be expected, but there was nothing like that in Destiny.
It's just so smooth and polished. You can tell like they put what $500 million into it. You can tell where the money's
Yeah.
spent.
Well, they reckon that they did. They have denied that, though. However, there's a whole debate over betas, and because I'm as a PC gamer, that isn't alpha or beta at all. I buy loads of alphas, and an alpha should be almost unplayable.
Yeah.
I want to play an alpha, and you want to see bugs, you need to see
Glitches and stuff.
glitches. That's what an alpha is, because it's there to be like, okay,
Stress tested.
yeah, that game's finished, and all they're saying is, right, okay, we just want to stress test it, which would have been more honest to them to say, right, we need stress test it. So here it is released.
Something
And
else
the fact-
as well was sorry, go on.
It went available for everyone, which I thought was a little bit like, right, pre-order now, get to be on the beta. Actually, you can just play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a few days later I'd say, oh, it's free. Everyone's just say, well, why the fuck have I just pre-ordered this game?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like the hype train was big enough without making it an open beta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a good point.
So I suppose the question is, one by one, what did people think of it? And as Carly, I'm going to pick on you. What were your
Like
thoughts
always.
on it?
Like
Yes.
always.
You can't wait.
I love you. First of all, I started playing on the first day. It was like a nightmare because there was so many people, and you can ask Kimball because he was trying too. It was insane. First of all, PSN was crashing, the PS Store. I don't understand. This is my really only gripe with the PS4. Why is for you to redeem codes is inside the PS Store? I don't understand that because there was so many people. PS Store was crashing all the time. I was trying to put the code and get the game and start downloading, but it kept crashing and crashing. It's been like 2 hours like that, just trying to put the code and start downloading the game.
I didn't
Yeah.
really have that problem.
I didn't
Maybe
have
Xbox was
I didn't
fine.
have that problem either.
No, the Xbox.
Yeah, because you got it later, a few hours later.
Well, to be fair, it was like nighttime when I did it because obviously, some of us work in the day.
Yeah, but I think because we put that when it got opened, and it was a massive lot of people, and the download was actually pretty quick if you have a good internet like I do. If not, it took forever. You can ask Sammy. She thought the PSN download it took like 10 seconds. That was the download for the game. I don't know why she thought that. And we were on a call to record, and she's like, "Oh, mine took 10 seconds." Like, you mean the PS Store download? Like, yeah, that's not the download of the game. You have to go into the game to get the actual download.
Download it all night. I remember that. I left it at download.
She was
I'll leave it down
pissed.
and I'll replay it on the next night.
She was pissed. She was really
It
pissed.
took
I wasn't
4 hours, I
that
think.
pissed. I was a bit pissed, but I was just like, whatever, it's life.
The character creation was really good. The intro video was beautiful.
Check out our video.
I probably skipped that normally. What did you think of the actual game, though?
Okay, I'm not a big first-person shooter fan, but it felt like really fluid. It worked really well for me. I got on with the controllers and the movement and all that stuff pretty quickly, like going pretty quickly. At first I was a little lost, but then it's really good, and it's really entertaining. Even though after a while you don't really have a lot of stuff to do, but you still want to play it.
Yeah, basic controls were very easy to get hold of, and like Carly said, I don't really like first-person shooters, but I found it relatively easy.
Yeah.
She also doesn't like Halo.
Oh, for God's sake, we're not bringing this up again.
This will be getting brought up when I talk
No.
about it.
The issue, we're talking about Destiny. But
As someone that has played Halo, I also really enjoyed that is Bungie, so I was looking forward to Destiny because I love Halo 4. Peter Dinklage, having Peter Dinklage as your companion, this is awesome.
He's brilliant.
I'm not entirely sure how I felt about the game, to be honest.
Right, in what way?
Well, I was really, really excited about it when it was announced last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of saw something Mass Effect in it, something,
Yeah.
you know, I was really looking forward to. I don't know, it's maybe just because we've not had enough experience with what the game is actually going to be like in the beta, or at least not for me, but I'm less impressed than I thought I would be when I played it. Because when I played the alpha, immediately my first thought was, the graphics really aren't up to snuff on the PS4, which sounds bad, but it's not really. I mean, it looks nice. It runs at 60 frames per second. It's in 1080. You know, it's pretty, but it's not. There are prettier games out, far prettier games than that, and I was just expecting a bit more in the graphics department. The hybrid gameplay I really liked, but it's just not what the single player experience factor isn't what I was expecting, because I don't really know what they're trying to do. I like that they're trying to create a kind of new genre with, you know, they've got a bit of single player story experience, they've got co-op multiplayer, and they've got PvP, and that's fine. But it's not an MMO, but it's not an MMO. So I'm kind of finding it hard to get to grips with kind of what it's trying to do in that area. And the gameplay is really fluid and really fun. And I found it really like Borderlands in terms of gameplay. And
Yes.
what I see in it is a tiny bit of Mass Effect and a little bit of Borderlands, but I don't feel like the beta showed me enough to actually make me want to buy it now. I'm still going to get it, I think, like based on what I've seen, and I just want to know, you know, where the story kind of goes beyond Earth. I'm not really 100% clear on what the objective is and who these characters are and who these races are and where they come from, and there's not really been enough background information on any of that for me to like really, really love it yet. Do you know what I mean? Because I care a lot about the story, and if it's going to be like, if the story takes a background to whatever else is happening in the game, it kind of takes away from the experience for me.
Oh,
So-
I can understand that.
So I've kind of lost that. I was expecting more from it in that aspect, but I mean, I had fun with the beta, but like the cap at level 8 was a bit dumb, I thought. Like, at least let us go to like 15 or whatever, because I ended up leveling two classes. My first one was Warlock, that was a lot of fun, and then whatever the first one is, Guardian or something. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun playing it and stuff, but I got to the level cap in a day, and I was just like, that's it, that's the whole experience. Do you know what I mean? It just didn't.
Yeah, we did a few missions and then we did a Devil's Lair and level cap. That's it.
Yeah, we were level capped in the Devil's Lair. That's right. Me and you played it.
That was hard.
But I just didn't. It didn't excite me as much as I thought it was going to. And I was a bit. I'm not going to say that I'm super disappointed. It's a great game and stuff. I just don't think it's this like massive, you know, redefining the next generation of gaming that it's supposed to be, that it's being marketed as. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Watch Dogs was also marketed as that, and it wasn't either. So I don't really pay attention when they market that stuff like that, anyways.
I was just expecting something different from it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going to move it on to the fact I was quite disappointed by it, and I'll tell you why. As being a PC gamer for many, 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 many years, and a console gamer, for me, it tried to be too many things at once. It was trying to be Borderlands,
Yes.
Mass Effect, a shooter, and also you could possibly throw in a few other bits of genres. The character creation was nothing but cosmetic almost.
Yeah.
Just different skins on top of very predefined, seen them a million times before characters. And
The body structures all look the same, didn't they, really?
they did, and that's what disappointed me. I was like, I want to see something a little bit different, and I didn't see that there.
Hopefully, when the game does come out, we might obviously see a lot more, but, you know, who knows? We don't know yet.
Who knows, indeed. It suffered from, I'm going to call it Halo syndrome, which is running around killing the exact same enemies over and over and over and over again. So you run in one room, kill a few people, run in the next room, the exact same people. Run in the next room, the exact same people. And it's just constant. It's not grinding's the wrong word. It's lack of variety.
Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly call it Halo syndrome. I call it first-person shooter syndrome because all first-person shooters are pretty much like that these days.
They are. The AI for me was quite weak as well. There were spots where if you just stood in a certain place, they didn't know how to get to you. They were just, you had these targets and then you just had a bullet catcher at the end to kill. And to make it a little bit harder, to put no respawn zones in, which if people were joining you on the to play who weren't in your fire team, they would join you as soon as you hit the respawn bit. They would disappear, which I found a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
The hub area I did like the idea of.
The hub was very nice. I loved the design of the hub.
Yeah, the hub was. It reminded me of PlayStation Home. I almost expected
Yeah,
to go.
it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I would go bowling.
I was doing when you thought that. Okay, thank you.
So it'd be nice. I hope that develops a little bit. The game itself, I just found I enjoyed it, but I just found it a bit boring. It was nothing that made me go, "Wow, I so need this game in my life." It was just more like
I really hope
nothing else to play.
I just hope what Lex said, about the story, and that
I think Lex. Yeah, I agree with Lex on that point. If the story has to be amazing.
Nowadays, I just feel like some of the games that I play, I just haven't got enough story. I mean, it just annoys me, and as a writer myself, that's what I want. Yes, I want gameplay, I want nice graphics, but most of all, I want the story, and that's the main thing that will keep me, it will keep me captivated.
I mean, the problem with Destiny is that the story might be there, all of that, it obviously has a background, but you're just kind of thrown into the middle of whatever it is that the story is, and you're not given any explanation, and it's not in a good way, because some games do that and you learn as you play kind of thing, but after several hours of play there was still no glimpse of what the point of it was. Like, why am I here? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, why are you here? Who are you?
It's a tricky one because there's all that, but at the end of the day it's a beta, and now you gotta wonder, well, what's the full game gonna be like? And you think it's like flipping a coin. It could be absolutely crap, or it could be absolutely good. With this game, a game this big, I just don't think there's going to be a middle ground. I really don't.
A beta should want you to show you what it's going to be like. A beta needs to go like, here's an introduction to the game.
I did enjoy the beta. I really did. It's just it frustrates me because you're only seeing a small glimpse into what the game's going to be like. So it does make you want it more.
But if they're going to show a game off, surely it should be the best parts that are going to make you go, wow, I want this game in my life, not, well, actually, what's the point in it?
Don't get me wrong, I'm excited, but I'm in two minds about it. I mean, I've still got my pre-order.
Oh yeah, my pre-order's still.
I'm still going to get it no matter what. Oh, I just don't want to be let down.
Only because I'm getting my PlayStation.
I got under the impression that my character was there for a while, and I never understood why. Before, like, I forgot what Peter Dinklage was playing.
Ghost?
It reminds you at the start, a few conversations later, I thought they mentioned that your character has been there for a while or something.
Yes, yeah, that's another thing.
I never understood that, and they never really explained that either, so that's one of the few things that I was left me wondering. And I'm also not, I like games with gameplay, but to me, the story and characters are why I play video games. So if it doesn't have a good story, it's not gonna keep me interested.
I didn't feel any connection to that character at all while playing. It was just like I'm just a gun walking around shooting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ghost, but
the Ghost was nothing compared to people like Claptrap and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He was a bit, I want to say humour with. I want to say so. He was trying to be funny, but not.
I kind of feel like they've just gone, let's throw Peter Dinklage at them because everybody, is going to fangasm over that, and that'll be it, and everybody will be hooked, and that's fine. And it didn't work for me, and because I don't care.
I didn't care either because to be fair, I had to Google who he was because I'm not a fan person like that.
Oh my God, Tony, you should not have said that. You should not.
You've got to remember, I don't care. It's the basics.
Your point was going so well until you said that.
You know what? This is like Final Fantasy. We're all fans of Game of Thrones. You're the odd one out here, Tony, I'm afraid.
I know, I need to bring some people in.
Tony, don't worry, I'm with you on this one.
Try. You can try Game of Thrones. Yeah, you thought Final Fantasy was bad. Game of Thrones. Ooh, it's worldwide.
I still
It's
haven't
not
watched
just Game of Thrones. Peter Dinklage. Like,
Yes.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so how would I know who?
And this is a gaming podcast, not a flipping TV.
Yes, this is about
We should be moving on now from the Destiny. We've talked quite a bit about it.
I think you
but
had
you didn't ask Kimball, didn't ask Ryan.
Ryan's got, yeah, I'm not fucking Ryan, am I?
Yeah, Ryan's not here, and I don't know about Kimball. Kimball, did you play it?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
For that, I apologize. Please express your thoughts.
I didn't play it all the way through to level 8 because I got to up to 5, and someone did express some interest in playing with me, and then we just never did. So okay, fine. I agree. I really feel that the character creation was a bit limited because, like, you compare that to something like your standard MMOs, your WoWs, your Final Fantasy XIV, for example. It's the character creator is much richer, even though it is a lot of cosmetic changes. The Destiny beta, you had maybe 10 hairstyles, I think 3, 4 facial options. That part felt very limited. I do really agree that I could feel the Borderlands influence because it's absolutely there. However, I disagree that that's necessarily a bad thing as far as your story aspect of things, because games like Borderlands, things like that, a lot of it, the story isn't exactly strong, and what they're really going for is the fun of the gameplay, which is obviously enhanced by the number of people that you're playing with, your friends, whatever. Maybe I'm just used to that. I didn't mind the lack of story so much. I absolutely admit that it was there, but it didn't bother me. I just assumed that that's something that's going to be expounded upon in the actual game.
Yeah, that's...
But overall, I really enjoyed it.
Can I add one last thing about the Destiny beta, actually? I just remembered this now. After I'd played it, I'd done the level capping, etc. I got a very nice I got a friend request from someone who I played with, which I accepted. I thought, okay, he was a good player. And then he sent me a very nice message saying, "How are you? I really enjoyed playing the beta with you. I wasn't sure about buying it, but now that I played with players amongst yourselves, I think I'm definitely going to get it." I was just like, oh, that's really nice.
So you didn't shoot them in the back like you normally do?
You can't shoot people in the back.
That's why.
Hey!
No, she sent him a reply message to invite him to GT Online.
Yeah, to go.
This PvP in Destiny, it's kind of like
It's exactly like Halo.
It's
yes.
I was gonna say Uncharted with teams.
No, don't compare.
It's more like Halo.
Don't compare it to Uncharted.
My Halo. Well, me not playing Halo. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. Marcus, quick. What did you think?
Really, don't think I've got a quick rant about it. I wasn't all that impressed with it. It was far too short for my liking. The story campaign, 4 missions through, and that was it. I'm a story person. I'm not a multiplayer person.
Yeah,
so
I am as well.
True.
It's like, especially because obviously the last beta I played besides Titanfall was Final Fantasy XIV. And Alex, I can't really remember, but there wasn't a cap to that, was it? I basically hit level 50 before the end of that beta. It's basically
there wasn't a cap, no.
No, it was a full game, so I think it's just basically coming from that, going to this, where it's going to be level 8 cap, 4 missions, and then basically it was just the Crucible through and through. Just like, I got bored of it really quick. I think I hit the level cap and stopped playing because there was nothing else I could do. Something else that really irritated us as well is how unbalanced the Crucible was. I could go in at level 1 and be up against the rest of the people being level 8 with higher weapons. Everything.
Oh yeah, but that happened to us all the time with multiplayer and stuff like that.
I mean, I'll reiterate, granted it's a beta, but when they release a full game, they need to balance the Crucible out so it's more evenly spread. I was struggling so bad, I didn't have any good weapons or anything. I was running around basically getting killed.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be kind of everyone had access to the same weapons or choosing from different loadouts for their characters thing, and I was disappointed by that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, I'm a big fan of Bungie, and I mean, I'm trying not to compare to Halo, and I expect it to be, but I did expect it to be quite like Halo. But no, I mean, I'll buy it. Well, I pre-ordered it, so I'm getting it. But whether I play it as much as I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 and other and GT Online is another story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting it with the PlayStation, but I found it. Well, I did find it very much like Halo, though. Like the Flood is basically the exact same as the Darkness on that game.
Well,
It's the same principle. The Halo gates are the exact same as the whatever the big thing was called. The
Guardian, wasn't it?
yeah, it was just a bit. The ghosts were basically just. I mean, the people were just like the Space Marines without hats on. It was just.
I was basically making links to both like Halo 5 Guardians and
Yes.
Destiny. In Destiny, you're called Guardians, and Halo 5, the title's called Halo 5 Guardians. The Fallen kind of represents the or whatever they're called in Halo 4 and Halo 5, the new bad guys. It kind of look like those. It's basically like, is this a future version of Halo that we just don't know about? But obviously it's not, because it's done by a different development team now, and they probably have no communication between them besides, can we do this with Master Chief and whatnot.
It's very true. But moving away from Destiny, what should we move on to? EA not EA delaying some games, but there's been two big delays this month as well. One I couldn't give a hoot about, to be fair. The other one,
Dragon Age.
Yeah, that'll be Dragon Age. The bigger delay is Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline, did anyone play the beta in here?
I played a bit of it, yes.
Yeah. I was quite interested with the beta. I don't know if you were. I found it different in a way, but familiar. I loved the cops and robbers feel to it, because Grand Theft Auto 4 Cops and Robbers was one of my favourite modes in the world. And it's nice to see that they've acted on feedback from the people who've played the beta to delay the game. And I think it's nice that gaming companies aren't scared to delay games anymore and say, right, this game does need a little bit more work, like Drive Club. I would say like Watch Dogs, but since it was still crap, I would hate to think what it was like when it was supposed to be released. It's nice to see companies are thinking, well, okay, we can do some changes to this and make it a bigger game rather than release it in its current state.
With you saying that, I keep always going back to something that Miyamoto said from Nintendo. Let's try and find the quote.
That's all you're looking for.
Like, a delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever.
Very true. That's what it is.
Quote that.
And it's like a really good quote, and I stick it. It's like whenever someone gets delayed, you see people taking up. It's like, yeah, but the delaying it so it can be good. If they release it when it's crap, you're going to complain about it even more, and then they're not going to push sales as much.
Exactly. So I think it's a good thing. And I just hope that it's a good delay. And I'm sure some people have opinions on Dragon Age being delayed here. Maybe it's to work on the love affairs and lesbianisms and stuff like that we're quite plainly getting kicked off about. But
oh dear Lord.
So
Sorry.
yes, I'll be controversial. So Amy discussed the Dragon Age delay.
Really? You put it on to Amy when it's called.
I'm regretting this, but yeah, Amy, go.
I'm not bad as the other woman in this conversation.
No, that's why I went to
Yeah.
Anyway, I heard it was delayed, and I was like, oh, no. And then I saw it was November. I was like, well, actually, I wasn't as pissed as I thought I would be, actually. It's just to give them that tiny bit more time just to squeeze everything in, make sure everything's working okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a bit I'm only annoyed about it because I have £100 of game shares that can be spent in October, and I was going to spend them on Assassin's Creed and Dragon Age, and now I can get Assassin's Creed. So
Amy, it doesn't have to be spent in October. It can be spent whenever.
yeah, but they can increase or decrease. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, but that's only if you keep them within the share. You can withdraw them straight out and put them into your account.
That is true. No, but I actually wanted to spend them all though in October because October is a pretty big month with those two games coming out. But No, it's coming out in November. I suppose I'm not. I suppose at that point, saying about Assassin's Creed, I suppose I can spend more time on that and then actually finish it in time, and then Dragon Age can come out. So I suppose it keeps me a bit more focused. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed it's delayed, but
Going back to Assassin's Creed, Amy, me and you still have obligations with Assassin's Creed 4.
Yes, and we can complete those obligations this weekend if you would like to.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh, good idea. Back on topic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of, I can keep kind of focused in that way. So, yeah, it'd be nice actually just have one game here, finish it for this, and then Dragon Age. Yep, that can completely consume me all the way through Christmas.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, what do you think, Carly, anyway?
Yeah,
I want to know what you think, because you'll probably have a lot to say about this.
Beware, this is only going for an hour, Carly, so
Yeah, Carly, keep it brief.
Yeah, no.
Nah, fuck that, no.
Now.
Okay, I found out because when I got into Skype in the morning and it said, "Oh, Dragon Age Inquisition was delayed." She didn't tell me how long, so I was like, "Don't tell me it was delayed to 2015." It's like, "No, it's been delayed a month." That's not really it. It's not really a big deal. It's funny how after EA basically pushed Dragon Age 2 before it wasn't ready, which basically Dragon Age 2 is just a beta version of whatever that game was supposed to eventually be. Mass Effect 3 was also pushed out before it was ready, which you can see, because especially in the final mission, there's a lot of unused material that would have worked brilliantly.
They're learning their lesson, aren't they, Carly?
What?
They're learning their lesson the hard way.
That got them a lot of backlash. So now you're seeing now, like, they're going the opposite direction, the good direction. Like, if the game's not ready, let's give it more time and actually give players a great game. Everything that they've been doing with Dragon Age Inquisition. They don't have Day 1 DLC. They're taking their time with the video game. They have said a bunch of times that the game will have choices that matter. I'm okay. I want Dragon Age Inquisition to be the best possible game that it can be. So if they need to delay it, even though the emotional side of me is like, I want this game already, I'm completely fine with it because I want it to be the best thing it can be. This year, there's barely been anything that's actually been good. The only good game I played that came out this year has been The Wolf Among Us.
Well, to be fair as well, a month isn't too bad. Like, if you look back on history of any game company with delays, a month, I don't suppose we can complain about that.
Yeah, like nothing this year has been actually good. Watch Dogs was crap. Infamous was
not as much as I thought it would do.
Infamous was good, but it after a while it couldn't really, like, it wasn't memorable enough for me. Like, probably when the year ends, it's not gonna be in the front of my memory about games that I played. It's basically been The Wolf Among Us. I don't count The Walking Dead because I haven't actually played it yet and it's not over. The final episode can either make the season 2 great or make it absolute crap.
I'd still rate The Wolf Among Us above Walking Dead season 2. Even they've both been amazing, but I think if you do compare the two, they're obviously quite different for good. They're good for different reasons, I should say. Yeah.
But the Walking Dead season 2 has been rather divisive among the fans because and the Telltale knew that going in it wasn't going to be as good as season 1.
Anyway, yeah, that's what we think.
That's them two delayed.
You know, you're going on about games that have been delayed.
Yeah.
The new Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, has actually been pushed forward. From what I'm reading.
Really? That's a surprise.
Yeah, which is a rarity in this occasion.
How far has it been pushed forward?
It was meant to be out in October. It's been pushed to September 30th now. So it's been pushed forward a month rather than being pushed back like other games. And I kind of see why they've probably done it, because obviously October, November, you've got all the big games and all that kind of sort of stuff. So they may as well try and get the game, if it's finished and they feel like it's ready, you may as well push it out a bit earlier and try and beat all the competitive games coming out.
Yeah, it's so exciting, so I can understand that point of view because, yeah, October especially is always a big month. Always.
Yeah, but pushing a game forward, that doesn't sound like a good idea to me, even if it's to avoid the big releases.
Well, I don't know. Like, they've only got the only big release in September, I would say, is Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean.
And lots of people might either be halfway done or done with it by the time the end of the month comes if they're going to binge on it. To be fair.
And then hopefully we'll have Grand Theft Auto in November.
Yes.
So nothing needs to come out at that time.
Even though I've got it for PS3, I'm deliberating getting it for PS4 because
I'll be getting it for the PC. That's completely off topic, but PC and PlayStation 4 maybe.
If I've got a decent PC, I'll probably buy it for the PC just so I can have fun with all the mods, because that game will be modded too. Fuck.
Yes, I want to be a giraffe again and the Teletubbies. And
speaking of release dates, yeah, they just recently announced Little Big Planet 3 is coming out in November.
Ooh.
I knew you'd be excited about this, so why don't you say what you think about this one?
I only just found out about it from this podcast, to be honest. As soon as I saw the notes, I was like, there's been a release date. I didn't even know when the release date was, so November.
I think it came out only a few days ago. November the I don't remember, 17th, something like that.
So it's around about the same time as Halo, Assassin's Creed, well, no, not Assassin's Creed, Halo, and Call of Duty. So it's going to be an expensive month for me.
Yeah, I was just a day off. November the 8th. Well, actually, November the 18th is in America.
Yeah, it's going to be
one.
one.
I would assume it'll be out on that Friday because games normally release on the Tuesday. Why Tuesday, by the way, in America? That's odd.
I have no idea.
That is a very odd day. Nobody likes Tuesdays. Tuesdays are just there.
You
the
see
PS4's coming out on a Tuesday.
I'm going to see it. Destiny's out on Tuesday, Call of Duty's out on a Tuesday. It's like, Call of Duty. Is that on a Tuesday?
I'm so surprised releasing Destiny like on the same day worldwide because it's not very often a game like this would come out on the same day everywhere.
Speaking of
It's
that,
a big game. It was gonna be released worldwide.
do you think it's going to be $1 billion game?
Games hardly come out on a Tuesday. They only normally come out on a Friday here, which is obviously the best day ever. If you don't like weekends.
I'm trying to think.
I think it's gonna be, wasn't how much money did Grand Theft Auto 5 make?
What, sorry?
How much money did Grand Theft Auto 5 make?
Ooh, good question.
It's in billions, actually.
Yeah.
Billions?
So,
It was,
I definitely see Destiny making some very big, like release date sales records.
It made $800 million in its first day.
Yeah, so it was $1 billion game.
Yeah, the reason Destiny will do so
Destiny's
well
gonna do it.
is because there's nothing else out.
Yeah.
That's why it'll do so well, because there's now else to play.
It will probably be the biggest release of the entire year.
You know this is a current theme with video games at the minute, though?
What?
Open world online.
Yes.
And I don't like online. I
You
like
get the
open world. So it's not good.
It's
like the new Assassin's Creed game. As soon as I saw it was 4 players, I was like, oh god.
But that's invite only, I'm sure it is, so it's basically play with your party friends.
Yeah. It's the Division that worries me. Like, I really hope that's got a good single player bit to it as well.
I think there was something I was reading about Destiny as well. Apparently you can only take part in raids with friends, people in your friends list.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how that's going to work, because can you imagine if...
I can imagine Destiny's going to be one of those games where everyone's going to play with their friends, so it could be that.
I know, but the leveling's going to affect it hugely though, because say I'm level 30, someone else in my friends is level 50, and they need level 50 raid done. I can't do it.
No.
You know what I mean?
They'll figure something out, I'm pretty sure they will.
They'll probably fix that out. Anyway.
I'm sure there'll be a whole podcast dedicated to Destiny. Yeah, so the other big news this week is the Comic-Con. They announced bits and bobs of the new Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
However, there wasn't much.
The Mako has returned. Why?
Because it's the best vehicle in the world.
Why?
It's amazing.
Why?
Oh, I hate the Mako.
No, to be honest, right? Okay, all right, I'll give you that.
I loved it.
The Mako had its faults.
The new Mako.
The Mako had its faults in the first one, but I did like the exploration aspect.
Yes, that's what I liked.
I really do miss it.
I did not like the exploration at all. There was nothing interesting. I mentioned this on previous podcasts. I despised the Mako.
Yeah,
In Mass Effect 2, I just shot at the stupid car in that mission Return to the Normandy and laughed at it for like 5 minutes because I was so happy I didn't have to use it again. I'm fine with them bringing them back as long as they change how horrible of a car it was. The plan is for exploration. Give me some actual exploration. Because that wasn't entertaining in Mass Effect 1. Especially when you're going around and this big monster just jumps out at you and starts trying to... That's not entertaining in the...
Fresher Mars. That is the problem I'm having with my Let's Play right now. Because I've died a few times while recording with Fresher Mars. I did this about 3 times. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do all the exploration when I've completed the majority of side missions and main missions. I'll do it before I go to Vermeer. But yeah, it was so buggy in the first one because a few times, you probably all experience this, when you're driving it, it will get stuck in the ground and then you can't move. Have you ever?
Yep.
Yes.
Not on the Xbox, it was fine.
Right, okay. Well,
No, I had it on the Xbox. It was
No.
horrible.
It wasn't. It was just the PlayStation. It was surely horrible.
I played it on the Xbox. I had never played it on the PlayStation. I can tell you, it was a horrible experience for me.
it's
I
really,
could tell.
really weird because the first time I played on the Mass Effect on PlayStation 3, there wasn't really a lot of bugs. The only bugs really were with the Mako, and now there are quite, well, not bugs, just glitches. There's glitches in the game, like Ashley floating and stuff. It's really, really weird.
What? Commander Shepard's not in it either. Which would be
Well,
interesting.
we knew that already.
They
Yeah,
have promised,
yeah.
they have teased the return of favourite characters and such.
Garrus, I command Garrus.
Yes, Garrus, please.
I'm kind of disappointed by that.
And also Ashley, so I can just ogle at her.
And Rex. And Tally.
What were you disappointed about?
I think Kimball wants Tally.
Yes, Kimball, come in.
Well, yes, I mean, everyone knows how much I love Tali, but I feel like if you're going to make a new Mass Effect game and it's not going to be about Shepard, you might as well just divorce yourself from all of the other characters that we know as well. There's plenty of places for you to put, or to create a new series that's either going to take place before or after the events of the trilogy. But if you're going to do it in the middle of it, I don't know. It just seems like a bad idea.
I think it kind of wants to keep some of that familiarity as you're going on with the next chapter of the whole series.
Probably, yeah.
I think that they don't want to alienate. They don't want to alienate fans, really, do they? So I think what they're going to do, they're going to put some of the old characters in the new game, get some new characters, and I think maybe slowly but surely, they'll get you to like these characters, and then obviously you're moving on. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like how Dragon Age Origins went on to be number 2, though, but I'm not going to get into that.
Well, these teasers and reveals that they're going to, old characters are going to pop up and stuff have made me really wonder where they're going to go with the story, because I wasn't, like Kimball, I wasn't expecting any of the previous characters to show up at all. Yeah. It seems like they've mentioned it, and that's not something that, like, normally if they weren't going to show up, they would make it very clear that that wasn't the case, so as not to get fans' hopes up. Yeah. So I'm super confused about where this is going to be set and what the story is going to do. Without broaching the subject of Mass Effect 3's ending.
Yeah, that's the main problem, because they wrote themselves into a wall there, because most fans were never going to react very well to them setting the new trilogy after the events of Mass Effect 3, because not a lot of people will want to address that. So they were stuck with either in the middle, which I didn't think it was going to be a good idea, or in the past, which I thought would have been the best plan.
I would have preferred it.
I would have loved to see the past. I would have loved it.
No. I didn't want it to be in the past. I just wanted, like Kimball said, them to divorce themselves entirely. Like I wouldn't have been happy with a kind of prequel story. It depends how they do it. To be honest, they could make it anywhere in the timeline, and I would probably love it because they always do so well with the Mass Effect games. But I was hoping personally for something that was set either maybe even in a different galaxy or in the future, or just even kind of ignores the trilogy. I would have been happy with that, and although I'm really excited to see the characters again and stuff, I just don't know if however they're going to address this, if it's set past the events of Mass Effect 3, there's no way they're going to please everyone with how they address it. There's just no way. So I'm worried about it now more than I would have been if they'd told me none of the characters were showing up. I would just have kind of shrugged that off.
It's
To be, yeah, they probably cheated the voice themselves from the series, but they weren't going to do that. To me, I'm not so much bothered by the fact that they're bringing all characters back so much. I don't understand if it's during, where is it going to take place? What is the story supposed to be about?
Exactly.
I think they're trying to keep us guessing.
I mean,
you
to
are
me,
keeping everyone guessing.
Keep us guessing, keep us talking. That's
Oh.
the tactics.
the only one that would interest me during that would be kind of fascinating would be in Omega and all that section, because the Alliance doesn't really have much control with what's happening there.
Yeah, really the only place I can see them making this, having this story take place is during the 2 years that Shepard is dead.
That'd be good.
Oh, Dad, yeah.
That's the only place they can do this. I was expecting something like, okay, we're going to go back and let you play through the Rachni Wars or the Krogan Rebellions or something.
That would be too predictable, though.
But it would be good.
For them to do that.
Because it would have been good, because there's so much that you're told about what happened there that it turned out not to be true.
Yeah.
With the Koreans and the Geth too, you're told what happened, and it turns out that's not what happened at all.
This universe, obviously, there's so much, it could go in any direction, I suppose, with this kind of universe. Just
the problem is that
you mentioned, yeah.
Probably the best thing was to go in the future, but because of the endings, that was never going to be something that a lot of fans were going to be pleased about.
It has to be canon. One of them has to be.
The ending wasn't that bad.
I agree.
It was fine.
We're gonna have a different podcast, because there's no way we're gonna start talking about the ending, and it's gonna be like a 2-minute thing.
I have to say one thing about ending. Are you talking about the uncut ending or the extended?
Doesn't matter. There was the originals were hated by most people, and the extended were extremely divisive.
They should have never changed it, because it was just given in to these fan people.
Agreed.
Yeah, a 5% approval rating doesn't exactly speak well to not changing it.
However, BioWare have announced a new IP, if you've noticed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the one that they mentioned at E3, as it turns out.
It's a different one.
In the trailer's pretty interesting. I don't know what it's about, but it's codenamed Spark, and You've Been Chosen website is up. So hopefully Mass Effect, that's possibly why they haven't changed it too much, if they are thinking about a new IP, because who knows where it's coming from.
Because it's not this game that they announced. It's not from the same team, from BioWare in the Canada.
No, it's not. However,
Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Straight away, as soon as you see BioWare, I'm just hoping it's a good one. And doesn't involve dragons, hopefully.
Oh, come on! Is it an RPG? Because BioWare, that's what they do. They make RPGs. So when I saw the trailer first, like,
what would I do if it's an RPG? I just wouldn't buy it.
This doesn't look like an RPG, and
I will find an RPG one day that I do like. I think the last bit of gaming news we had was, it's mentioned a few times today already, is they've announced The Walking Dead Season 3.
Yes.
Which
That was always
Not interested.
You haven't even played Season 1.
I haven't even seen the TV show.
Everyone who hasn't played it.
It doesn't matter, dude. I don't like the TV show. It's something that I watch just because my mom watches it, and I have to find out what happens so I can tell her and stuff like that.
So much better than
Game, you don't even have to like zombies or anything like that. You're gonna love the first season. It's amazing.
In all fairness, the games don't have anything to do with the TV show.
No, they don't.
I've seen like 2 of the characters from the shows pop up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
was that your Walking Dead impression?
that was just me yawning. How to say,
Marcus, you should play Season 1. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Even I like The Walking Dead.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
That's
If Tony's not allowed to like if Tony's allowed to like or not allowed to like RPGs, I'm not allowed to like Walking Dead. Does that make
But
sense?
you need to try it first to know if you're gonna like it or not.
You should try. You should try get the demo, like or trial or something, whatever for it, and see if you like it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
We,
gonna
we,
happen.
we're gonna be in the same place next month. We will force you to play it. This is not debatable.
The
Yeah,
trial is free, so I don't see what you. I don't see what you miss. You're not losing anything.
Anyway, back to the season 3. Carry on talking. I'll
Season
zone out.
3
Okay.
being announced. We don't know too much about it, do we?
No, because we can't know really what's gonna do because the 5th episode of season 2 hasn't come out. We don't know how that's gonna end.
Horrible timing though, like because the fourth episode has just ended, and now it makes you wonder. Oh fuck! Not only have we got to see what on earth's going to happen in the 5th episode, now it's like fucking heck, what's going to happen in the next season? Like I'm scared, but I'm so excited.
I just hope they don't ruin it because season 1 and 2. Well, season 1 was really good. Season 2 started off. So I just hope they keep it good.
Yeah, if season 2, after season 1, you think, oh well, this is the
Don't
foregone
you
conclusion.
spoil it.
No spoilers.
No, after season 1, because season 1 was so good, and not actual spoiler. Season 1 was so good, you think doing season 2, season 3, that's a no-brainer. But season 2 has been very divisive. The first 2 episodes were well received, but the 3rd and the 4th one, especially the 4th one, have not been that well received. And Telltale said after season 1, they didn't think that season 2 was ever going to be as good as season 1. And I think they made a self-fulfilling prophecy here that they just didn't give. I don't know. They just didn't give us good material they could have gone. Sometimes it feels like it's all over the place. Like like in season 1, you know what the focus of the story is, and in season 2, sometimes it feels all over the place. Like where is this going? I don't know. Maybe the 5th episode will change that, but who knows? And I hope it's better than season 2, the season 3 that they have now. Now after season 1, after a few years after season 1, they could like go back and do something really well. But at the moment, it doesn't seem to be that good of an idea, especially with them having Game of Thrones and Tales from Borderlands.
That's what worries me. They've got so much on their plate now. They're probably
gonna do a season 2 of The Wolf Among Us. So that would be.
It needs it. It really needs it. We'll get it. It will.
That will be 4 series. Because they're probably gonna do a season 2 of The Wolf Among Us, though that's gonna be interesting because they can't very sure in the comic book timeline.
You cannot end it like that. I'm not spoiled. Like they can't end it the way they did, and just not have another season. Yeah, but they still have to. The season had to take place before the events of the comic books. So that will be interesting. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. But I do think they're taking on a bit much. That would be 4 series. The Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead, Tales from Borderlands, and Game of Thrones. Last I heard, they were hiring. That's still a lot. They've got quite a few roles there, so who knows? The creative use can go up really quickly when you have 4 series like that.
And I think, unless I find one's got anything else, that's all the gaming roundup this month.
Yeah, just a quick new update. The PlayStation exclusive indie game No Man's Sky by Hello Games.
Oh, yes.
It's just been announced it's no longer a PlayStation exclusive, it's coming to PC.
Good.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It'll be better on PC anyway.
Excuse me.
As we know, the PC's the master race. We all know this.
Yeah, supposed master race.
It is the master race. Even I, as a console gamer, I know it's the better.
Yeah, I've got to admit PCs are much better than consoles, even as a console gamer.
Yeah, he says he's got a rubbish PC.
Yeah, exactly, and I know how crap
that's why he probably plays on consoles, because he doesn't have a good PC.
Yeah.
Take it from playing Worms with Joe this afternoon. I know how bad my PC is.
That just shows how much hype that game's got, though, because it's not even due out until the end of 2015.
And what I love is how passionate the developers are about that game. You saw them at E3, the bloke was nearly in tears just over how much hype this game's getting.
Yeah.
It's good, but
we voted it the best game at E3 on our post E3 podcast because it was just fantastic.
When they get that emotional, you can tell that they love the work that they do. You can tell they're putting their heart and soul into it.
It was on GameSpot. They'd done an interview with them, and that was quite interesting.
It's what, 4 people in a room in a house?
Yes, yes, it is.
That's why it's taken so long.
But at the same time, isn't that's how, if you look at that though, 4 people in a house developing a game, that's how Rooster Teeth started.
There it is.
So, you know what I mean, great, and it's just so on and so forth, you know what I mean? I can't wait to see what they do in the future besides this.
It'll be interesting. Well, they'll probably be too tired after sitting in the room for them. They'll probably fall out and make another game again.
There's going to be an argument or two somewhere.
In hate life, especially after watching that indie game, the movie, and seeing what sort of stress and pressure you do get put under.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're going to be very, very rich.
You can tell.
There's no doubt about that one.
Will have paid off.
Yeah. And I think, for that, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit of Square Enix news which Sony doesn't give a shit about.
Is it something to do with...
Anyway, tell us.
You can mention it if you want.
Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy?
Both. For those who were hoping that Final Fantasy 15 will come on PC, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a shame.
Yay, sarcasm, Tony. Yay.
So many people lose out on hours of doing nothing.
Hey.
What's the next thing?
Yeah.
Paint Drying Simulator, Final Fantasy.
Whatever. Callie.
There's been bits and news coming about Kingdom Hearts 3. There's been rumors going around that Angelina Jolie might voice Maleficent in Kingdom Hearts 3, which I think will be really stupid.
I wouldn't mind that so much, but... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I don't know, actually.
First of all, how expensive would it be to get her to voice that character?
If they actually had her as a younger Maleficent, maybe, but that's difficult. That's awkward.
Her voice actress is fine. You don't need to bring Angelina Jolie to voice the character. No, just no. The movie was already movie's already extremely divisive to begin with. The other thing is, Nomura was at Comic-Con, and he wasn't at E3, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Everyone went silent.
Yeah, because I think it would be a lot of money to get her in. I don't think she'd do it. She's never indicated she's interested in games ever, I don't think.
Other than playing Tomb Raider, at least in my opinion, I would rather pretend that never happened.
It didn't. What about the final bit of game news, which was PlayStation 4 outselling Xbox by 3-1?
Ooh.
I suppose
Are we supposed to be surprised
surprising
by this?
at all? No.
You still see the Xbox fanboys going on and on about how crap the PlayStation is, and well, whatever.
Getting old. It's getting really old really quick. It's like, no, guys, just shut up.
The console was getting really old. I'm sick of it now.
My Xbox is getting close to being sold.
Yeah, my Xbox is just collecting dust at the minute.
If it wasn't because of Destiny, my Xbox wouldn't have been on for about 2 months. Maybe.
To be fair, Sunset Overdrive is coming.
Yeah, that, and don't forget Tony, Halo Master Chief and Halo 5. They're reasons enough to keep my Xbox One.
They are, but that's the only reason I'll be keeping it.
Yeah, it's the only reason I'm keeping mine. I can't wait to play Master Chief Collection.
I can't either. I know I don't like Halo, and I'm setting out there, but I do want to play the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
With some HD graphics and multiplayer.
1080p, 60 frames per second, dedicated servers. I could go on and on. I'm so excited for it.
On and on. When's that come out?
November 14th, I want to say.
Yeah, I'll start working away soon. I don't know when I'm going to fit all these games in.
But to the Xbox,
with you.
My PS4 is coming with me.
Yes.
I approve.
Good man.
That's why I want a Vita as well, because then it'll be easier to...
I would take my Vita to London in September. That's guaranteed.
Yeah.
me
That's
too.
only 2 months away now.
Yep, and that discussion is for a podcast a month and a bit away.
Yes, it is. And has everyone talked about everything they want to talk about?
EGX.
Well, speaking of the Xbox, we all knew after the disastrous showing that they had last year, in the immediate future, they weren't really gonna compete against the PlayStation 4. If they're going to eventually be able to compete, it's gonna take 1 or 2 more years for that actually to do something.
I
Because
saw
the damage, the damage they did last year was extremely big.
I saw a YouTube comment the other day and I just burst out laughing at it. Apparently the Xbox One's got better exclusives than the PS4. It's got better games. I was just thinking, well, really?
Neither have.
But
I was going to say,
bullshit.
it's like neither
That's-
game. To be fair, the
exactly.
PS4's got more exclusives than the Xbox One, but neither of them have good games out.
Neither one has good exclusives right now. It's
Yeah, but the PS,
embarrassing.
yeah. Anyway, that's a rant for another. Yeah.
That is a rant for another day. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
The Wii U has the best exclusive right now.
The Wii U is the best console going.
the Wii U would easily have the best exclusives. You're probably right.
Anyway, N64.
However, nobody owns a Wii U.
Oh, here we go.
I think that's again another topic for another day.
So,
Yeah, so that's been podcast number 7, was it?
Yeah. So much for an hour.
And we've just, it's only been an hour and a bit. I think we've done well. I know Carly came in a little bit late, but
Yeah.
You started before.
It
No,
makes a
I
change,
didn't
it's
get
no
late.
way.
You started early.
Well, you had to come in late sometime, darling.
Yeah. To be fair, it is
I'm
normally
not
me. So
complaining.
To be fair,
So-
we normally wait around you, so we
Yeah.
had to start. We had to start anyway.
so this is this has been number 7. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll let everyone say bye and shout and scream.
adios.
Ah! Bye!
Words.
Amy took that a bit too seriously.
To the chopper. Do it now.
No, stop doing that.
And Lex has his microphone muted, so he's not going to say bye, I don't think.
I'll say bye for him. Bye
I
bye.
said bye.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, never mind.
I thought Carly's Scottish accent there was brilliant.
Oh yes. Better than
Oh,
mine.
well, I wasn't going for the Scottish accent.
Do you want to give it a
It's
try?
not recording.
Oh no, I can't do Scottish. I can imitate Amy a little bit. I cannot imitate you or Marcus because I cannot even understand
think
it.
we
And I
should-
cannot do Marcus at all.
We should end
I
this
mean-
podcast on Carly doing Amy's accent.
Okay. Her favorite phrase. You know what?
No, that's not even good.
No, but that's your favorite phrase. You know what?
You know,
To try
what?
to-
I'm going to
Say no.
smack you in the face when I see you in September.
Right, it's getting violent. I think it's best to end the talk. Just end it because it's getting very violent.
Alright, see you guys.
See you
Bye
later.
everyone.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.